Speaking of which, SummerSlam, my good man, it's
Yes.
about that time.
Let's round this out.
Let's round this out here. We made some bold predictions during the SummerSlam PLE.
You made a couple pretty big ones, dude.
Yes, I sure did. I stepped up to the plate.
You get credit too.
I stepped up to the plate, and
almost as if you fucking made the card.
Well, here's the deal. I told Steph before the pay-per-view some of the predictions that I had made, some of the guesses that I had made, and how some of these things are going to work themselves out. And the one that she hated the most is the one that I love the most, and it was the first one of the show. She goes, there's no way Dominic's going to fucking turn on Rhea Ripley. And I said, not only do I think he's going to do it, I think he's got to. There's no other way around this shit. And I told her, I said, the minute I saw that SmackDown where Liv did the fake crying bullshit, I was like, oh, hell no. This is gonna turn. And here we are. Our opening match for SummerSlam, Liv Morgan defending the WWE Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. Boy, did it feel good to see the best wrestler in the world back on her shit. Oh, man, when her entrance hit and she's walking down the ramp, and I'm like, thank goodness. But then we started noticing she was being really girly and flirty with Dom. I
don't know where this pivot made, where it went from this whatever to a relationship thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where they fully committed to that one, but
she was really pouring it on thick. I said,
keep pouring, baby.
Yeah.
Keep pouring. I love it.
They poured her into that gear. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
She was ODing with the.
To be fair, too, from her injury, I think she's a little less. Her pump wasn't there. She wasn't as muscular.
Yep, my wife did the same thing. Yeah.
So that on top of the extra little bit of feminine flair that she threw on a lot of her movements made her look extra girly.
Yep. And she was really pouring it on there. And so now we get into the match. I said on the live show, I predicted this match was going to be a clusterfuck. I was wrong. It wasn't a clusterfuck. And the reason why it wasn't a clusterfuck is because they did the complete opposite of what I assumed they were going to do. I thought for sure they were going to have Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley go toe-to-toe in the most unrealistic fucking one-on-one battle I've ever seen in my life. That is not what happened here.
Wait, hold on. This is one of my credits.
Yep.
Because you made that statement, and I told you that Rhea has made a career on carrying scrubs.
Yeah.
And more was her back hurting here. But it looked believable. It was good.
Carrying the load. About halfway through this match, I said out loud to myself, whoever put this match together was a fucking genius. Mm-hmm. It was fucking perfect. Mm-hmm. This is the way that this match should have gone. I couldn't have booked it better myself. I said this was amazing. Right down to Liv's taking all this heat, and then the big mistake, Rhea dislocates her shoulder. I said, perfect. Perfect. Give Liv an out. And my wife was like, I don't get it. How is that perfect? I said, you ever saw Rocky Balboa? The movie Rocky Balboa? Not like the sixth Rocky? She was like, yeah. I said, do you remember the way that Max Kellerman explained the broken hand? When a boxer's throwing his punches as hard as he can, and he breaks either the hand or the wrist, at first you have pain, and it starts to swell. But what happens is if you keep throwing, this is boxing 101, if you keep throwing, because it's taped underneath the glove, it's protected, it's padded in. If you keep throwing, what's going to happen is that eventually your hand is going to numb up. And then you can throw it as hard as you want. And they call that the window. Whenever a boxer breaks his hand, there's a window of opportunity for the other boxer to come in and start attacking full force, being aggressive, because the boxer basically is defenseless. He can't defend himself until his hand numbs up. And when she hit the shoulder, and she's screaming to the referee, it's out. I smacked my couch. Bam! Perfect. Because now if Liv pulls some offense, I believe it.
Yes,
because
yes,
Rhea
absolutely.
cannot defend herself. She's at the whim and the mercy of someone who is feisty and being aggressive as fuck. And that's what happened. Liv started getting aggressive. It turned into a fucking fight. At that point, she's not going to out wrestle Rhea Ripley. Too big, too strong, too fast. They had a regular ass match. It wouldn't have worked. This was,
But it's essentially a 2-on-1 at this point.
yes, essentially, because and we again, I made the prediction he was turning. So every little move that he made that teased one thing, and then they would just no. Like when Rhea went to go get the chair, and Dom pulls the chair away. And the whole building's like, oh, did he just turn? But he's explaining, no, mommy, you can't win the title with a chair. You'll beat her, but you won't be the champion. You can't use the chair. And she's like, oh, you're right. Right? See, you smart. You always looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? And then she walks into an oblivion. And then the whole deal with the chair, he slides it halfway through. There's your finish, oblivion on the chair, 1, 2, 3. That would have been enough, but then the pickup, the lean in, and the smooch. And they put the camera on Rhea, and she tried her damnedest to sell it as a heartbroken woman. But my wife pointed out something, and I couldn't unsee it. The black lipstick got on her teeth. So Steph was like, ew, that's the lipstick on the teeth. I said, oh, now I can't unsee it. Leave mommy alone. Leave mommy alone.
That did not take away from anything.
I did not want Liv Morgan to continue to be champion, but if she was going to continue to be champion, this was a good way to fucking do that, so I'm not all that mad.
And I paused it at this point and said to my buddy, I fucking hate wrestling that they're doing this to me now, but they're doing it would always okay. So obviously one of my biggest disappointments things that I had was that when someone came back, I won't even talk about it too deep. They took the belt from my person, okay? And this is what I anticipated them to learn from, do it differently, but I still expect it to still be the same way. And what they've been doing is that you're like, okay, you're just going to assume it's going to go this way. Oh, wait, no, we're spinning another story. And that person that you think only got it because XYZ is still your champion. And you're just like, oh, okay. Well, they're going to play this one out. I guess we still have this program. So we'll see what happens now. And they're doing it well. It's not like I don't feel forced in any way, but I'm shocked that the belt wasn't dropped here. So
yeah, I'm shocked as well. I was shocked, but again, I'll say it for the record, shocked, but not disappointed. This was a good match.
Absolutely, yes.
This was a good match.
Yes.
And I didn't like. No, we'll save this for later. Okay, I'll save this for later. So the next match for the Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, the champion who is defending, and it didn't feel like this in the beginning, but this was a squash. He squashed Sami. I'm looking at the numbers now. This was a 5-minute match. He ran through Sami Zayn on this one. Sami had a little bit going for him in the beginning, and Braun just fucking took the fuck over. And,
as he should.
And we said it on the live show. I'm getting Sami Zayn fatigue. Well, so was Braun Breaker. And he cut his ass in half with that crazy ass spear, pinned him 1, 2, 3. New champ. I thought to myself, okay, I like this. I like Braun Breaker as the champion. I guess that kind of spells bad news for LA Knight. They're not going to change both mid-card titles on the same pay-per-view. Nope, I was wrong, because in the next match, LA Knight and Logan Paul for the United States Championship.
When that went down, I fucking screamed. Finally, give the man a bone. We talked about this on the pod. If he dropped this match, he's done.
That's why I was worried when Braun won, because I'm like, because both of them, I felt like I could do either one. Both would be perfect, but either one I'll take. But
they were both peaking storylines.
I know, but LA, I felt like
needs to be the moment for both.
LA needed it more, though. I was like,
for sure,
Braun's got time. LA needs that shit right now. So when Braun won, I said, damn. But then LA Knight won.
But you know who couldn't wait though? That title. We were going to lose all the momentum Gunther put on that fucking title if this dude kept holding the belt. So both needed these changes.
But I have another point to make with LA Knight and Logan Paul. See if you agree with me on this. Was this match, was it or was it not, LA Knight's best match in WWE so far? This match was good.
I will concede to it because I haven't watched all of his matches or have recollection of them, but there was a lot more excitement. I don't want to be that guy, but I will accredit it to Logan Paul.
You have to. That's where I'm headed with this. Exactly.
Yeah, I will accredit it to Logan Paul. Because that man, it lives in my brain rent free of the fucking pull to the top rope spin backflip was so fucking beautiful. Oh my god,
LA Knight to me has so many paint by numbers matches. Like, I love the promos, I love the character, I love all that stuff. His matches do not do it for me at all. I was into this one. The crowd wasn't. I was into this one. I was enjoying the fuck out of this. Logan Paul sold for LA Knight so beautifully. The only hitch in the giddy up was that superplex. He took a top rope brainbuster by accident.
Brainbuster, yeah, I said that.
That was by accident. He didn't rotate all the way over, and he caught all that.
Hey, man, for what it's worth, he saved so many lives, he gets one.
Everybody gets one. Isn't that right, Peter?
Yeah,
That's right.
He gets one.
Apparently, everybody only gets one.
He'll get one. But again, I honestly, real quick, I just think it's a little bit of the inverse of what you were talking about with John Cena, man. And I am not comparing him as like greatness wise to John Cena. But what I am saying is, I think it has a little bit of the same situation going on with like story for him. Because you have all these phenomenal stories going on all around him.
Yeah.
And he's literally trying to do a program with a Phantom. Logan Paul can't be there and give him the exchange that he wants.
Right.
So it's really difficult for him to sell this. I'm glad it ended the way that it did, and it was a great match. Now, hopefully with the belt, put someone in front of him. Let's create a story with this guy because he is a standalone person who is definitely trying to put forth a different type, well, not necessarily different if you're from a certain era, but a different type of energy that other people have. But he has not found that counterpart yet.
No, not at all whatsoever. And at this matchup, though, I mean, this is as close to dope as I'm going to get. And I hate that Wikipedia put Logan Paul with Machine Gun Kelly. He wasn't with Machine Gun Kelly.
I mean, it was kind of weird.
No, he was.
They dapped each other up, and he stood
ringside,
and he gave him the knuckles.
He wasn't even ringside. He had a seat.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he paid good money.
Oh boy. Well, speaking of people who paid good money, I pay good money to have Peacock as a part of my streaming service, and I was so angry with Peacock that they made me watch this next match. Now, this next match was not all that terrible. I'm just giving them shit. But Nia Jax and Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
Bayley.
I have a point to make here, so I'm excited for this.
Okay, you want to talk about almost literally breaking her back trying to make this shit work. What point did you want to make?
Oh, so hats off to Bayley being Bayley, right? But I'm on record constantly saying that I'm having Bayley fatigue. So I think this is a very, very good show off her. Looked great, shows her greatness, reason why she holds the belt. But obviously, there's no getting around the Nia Jax thing, man. They fucking love Nia Jax. And to be honest with you, I think the match was really good. Like you said, credits are probably Bayley. But
I didn't think this match was all that good. I just gave Bayley credit.
It was all right. It was okay.
I gave Bayley credit for not letting it shit the bed completely.
For a Nia Jax, personally, I mean, guess no disrespect to her, but like for a Nia Jax match, it was okay. Now, I know I might be kind of contradicting myself a little bit here, but what I like about it is that we're going to get Nia Jax and Tiffy and not Bayley and Tiffy.
Right.
I don't want Bayley and Tiffy. I can already see that program in my head. And although you can argue we can see a Nia Jax program as well already in your head, Sure, if I can see both, I think I would personally rather see Tiffy and Nia Jax, because Tiffy beating Nia Jax or coming on top or having this feud that'll eventually pay out, I think will look better for Tiffy than beating Bayley, is my argument. So I like the way that it went, and we'll see how it goes.
The only thing I don't like about that is that you're putting two heels together. Tiffy's a heel, Nia's a heel.
But
who? Don't you even?
Bigger?
Neither. I don't think Tiffany would be a good baby right now.
I think Tiffy would make a great. People fucking love her. I think it's almost even hard for her to be a heel.
I don't think it's hard
for her. To
be
honest with you, I think it's hard for her. People want to love her. She just says some crazy shit sometimes. And you can be, hey, we know Shawn Michaels. You can be an absolute, like, self-absorbed type of person at that level.
Be a baby.
And still be a baby. So I love Tits. I think she is what the women's division needs.
Did you just say I love tits?
No, well, yeah, sure, but that's not.
I thought it, but that's not what I said.
Tiffy time, baby. No, seriously though, she's gonna be great if they keep working her. They're slowly putting her up there. They're putting her in front of people. She's been earning her stripes. She's been getting a lot of practice. Like I said, I don't see a reason why she doesn't go face. That's the program that I think would be good. I don't know if I like a face Nia Jax, but we'll see what happens.
Hell no. Last time we had a face Nia Jax, she spent most of her time on Raw crying.
Oh. I assume that's what they were looking for, so I fucking threw them a bone.
Yeah,
dude.
That's exactly what they were looking for. They didn't get a whole lot of it. She was the baby face crying because Alexa Bliss, the big bad heel, insulted her and made her feel bad.
Oh no.
Yeah. no.
Oh no. That sounds terrible. Glad I wasn't watching.
Oh man, that was the lead up into one of their WrestleMania matches, bro. Jesus Christ. Well, you know what I was watching right after this?
Oh yeah.
The Holy Grail. This was it. With special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins and the Rollins cam, we had Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, the only match on this card without a title involved in it, and yet one of the best.
Yes, absolutely.
CM Punk, I have to give credit to. That boy almost caved in his lungs. He was blown sky high. The last time I saw him look like that, it was after the 7 years off when he went to AEW and wrestled Darby Allin, and I was like, ooh, baby, get this man a mask. But
he needs some ass.
But the thing is that he's in shape. Let me not give you guys the impression
I thought he looked again, I'm not the Punk guy. I don't know his other shit. This is, to me, his best showing. I thought he looked phenomenal.
Yeah, well, he's in there with a professional, so there you go.
True.
Yeah, so what you guys, maybe I'm the only one that saw it. I don't know, but that's not out of shape. That's out of ring shape. There's a goddamn difference. Trust me.
Yeah,
Trust me. I'm gonna hit the brick wall this Saturday. Because I've been in the gym. I've been working on myself. I'm feeling good, but it ain't the same. And I've been in the ring, but it ain't the same.
It's that adrenaline, man. It takes it out of you.
Yeah.
It take that. You know what I mean? That under the lights feeling. It's way different than running 5 miles.
Absolutely. And that's once he starts wrestling again full time and he's on the road, match after match and yada yada yada, he's going to look even a lot better than that. So that was a good showing against Drew. Drew did his thing. Seth, we knew Seth would get involved in some way. Actually, the funny thing is, I didn't know. I knew he'd be involved. I didn't think he'd be the one taking the bump, which was kind of shocking. And I was like, oh, okay, but that's going to set us up for the other thing. I was like, okay, cool. Drew gets the win. I don't know if we bring this match back or if we just slide back into Punk Rollins.
And this is where I feel like, although I'm not going to cash in, I was right with my prediction. I will set it to the side and we'll revisit it. Because the way it ended, when I was watching, I'm like, oh, okay, we're pivoting into Seth Punk, which I'm cool with. But then he grabs the bracelet, puts it back on his fucking arm, and walks away. And still taunts him the whole time. So I'm like, I'm telling you, this is not gonna end until a 3-way. I don't know when, maybe at Rumble or something like that. But
Survivor
it's gonna
Series,
have
maybe.
to be a 3-way, the way that they're drawing it up.
Or a Bad Blood, maybe it's St. Louis. I had the same feeling in the moment when he hit him with the GTS and then Drew pinned him. I said, Punk Rollins, here we go. And then
I feel like they did the clean, too. There was no reason to.
And then Drew grabbed the bracelet, and I went, fuck, 3-way. I said, fuck, 3-way. I was like, God damn it, we were so close.
If Drew walked off, that storyline was clean.
It's over. Done. Yeah, exactly.
It was done. And it was beautifully done, and the baton was passed perfectly, and there's no reason to double back. Everything was clean, and he had to go fuck it up.
Had to go get the ire. And then we get to Raw, and he's chasing Drew McIntyre while Seth Rollins gets his ass kicked by Bronson Reed. So now we know that it's going to be more Punk and Drew. Not so much Rollins. When he grabbed the bracelet at the pay-per-view, I said, fuck, 3-way. But then when Bronson Reed attacked him the next night, I said, oh, maybe we are pivoting towards something else. Maybe Drew and Punk continue. But Rollins, 6 tsunamis. Rollins has got a bone to pick with that fat bitch. It's time to go.
Dude, I fucking love Seth, man. Every single time this guy, ever since Mania or even before Mania, that whole run, he just keeps, it's like he's hell-bent on making me put my foot in my mouth. Because it's just like everything this guy is doing. I love the gimmick when they were outside the ring fighting and they're all just started singing his song. And instead of paying attention to what's going on outside, he starts composing the audience. And I'm like, God, this guy's such a dick. I love him.
Did you see he
only cares of himself.
Did you see the YouTube footage of him on the ref cam? Oh, God, it's hilarious. So did you see the ref cam?
It's kind of, but they didn't really show it much. It was like he was mic'd up, something like that.
Yeah, they didn't use it a lot because I think they realized this is not good.
Yeah, this is not going to
but
work.
Seth,
they didn't use much of the first one after they came out.
Seth was the best. If we could do that for special guest referees, I'll take it because Seth was the best. Because Drew does a suplex and he pins Punk and it catches Seth off guard. He has a hard time going for the count. And then Punk kicks out, and Drew looks at him. He goes, hey, man, the knee. I got to take care of the knee, brother, And then he goes, you never beat anybody with an overhead suplex. Come on, get on top of him. Come on. And then, there's another situation where Drew pins him, and Rollins gets there, 1, 2, kick out. He goes, 2. And Drew's looking at him like, come on, man. He goes, what? I was there for that one. Come on, you got to give me credit. I was down there for that one.
He had me so bought in that when the part where Punk had got the bracelet back, and then somehow the bracelet came off, and then Seth had it on, and he looks at Seth and notices that it's on. I'm literally screaming at the screen. I was like, dude, he was just holding it for you.
That's what Seth said.
He
said, I'm just picking it up off the mat. I'm not taking it from you.
Out of respect, he's actually just holding onto it. Don't get mad at him. And then I was like, dude, I found myself. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers.
But I love the reality of Michael Cole calling that specifically by saying, Seth was just holding it. Punk cost himself that match. He took that way too wrong, got way too emotional over nothing, and it cost him the match.
Yep.
So it's like, Michael Cole called that straight up. If he'd just focused on Drew and worried about the bracelet later, he had him where he wanted him. But, it is
he was running him.
It is what it is, man. It was a dope match.
Such a fucking good match.
It was such a good match. Followed
if we're getting more of that program, I'm okay with it, to be honest with you.
Well, it was a dope match followed by...
Oh my God!
A dope match.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
This is so good. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Damian Priest defending against the Ring General Gunther. This was not the match that I thought I was going to see, and it's so funny because I said that exact sentence out loud about 10 minutes into this match. And my wife looked over at me. She was on her phone. She looked over at me with this look of pure disgust in her face. She goes, did you forget who's in there? I said, what you talking? She goes, aren't you the one who explained to me what a Gunther match was? That's a Gunther match. That's the type of match that Gunther has. I'm going to smack the fuck out of you. So what you need to do is when it's your turn, you need to smack the fuck out of me. And then we need to go back and forth. And they did that. I've never seen Damian Priest more aggressive in my life. He was hitting this nigga with kung fu. He was hitting him with straight kicks to the mush. He was giving him a judo chop. He was going off. Damian Priest with the... did you hear the martial arts background line?
No.
When he was doing the whole, Damian Priest with his martial arts background, I said, what? When did that happen? He had a martial arts background? All right. Well, I saw it because he was like, he was hitting him with the kung fu. He's too damn big to be throwing kicks the way he's throwing them. Them shits is loose. Those are live rounds. You don't want to get caught one of those. But and it's funny that you're calling this out first, because as I was watching, one of the first things that literally just made me go crazy for this match is like Gunther is known for the ass whoopings he puts on people, but he takes the same amount of punishment back. And if anything, and I'm glad you said what you said, if anything, he brings it out of people who don't normally do it. Yeah.
This is what's going to happen. You're going to be in excruciating pain by the time this match is over. So it's your job to give it back to me because you're going to get this. And people are locked in on that now. It's almost like a badge of honor. When you go against Gunther, you're going to literally go into a fight. Yeah. So you better hit him. And like one of the first things Priest did, it gave him just a stiff ass elbow, bro. I was like, oh my god, this is what we're doing, and that's what they did the entire match. There was one he hit him with he was like rallying up, man, and Priest bounced off the rope and just gave them the cleanest, most perfectly placed with so much oomph clothesline that I stood up, dude. I was like, oh my god, this match was just pure. Just a fight, man, and that's what Gunther's matches are. So I feel for this run. There are going to be so many people with bruised chests walking around this damn business.
I don't know if you saw on Raw. Next up, the next PLE here, Bash in Germany, and it's Gunther versus Randy Orton in the rematch. And
I promise you, Randy was like, please, can I have a run with this guy?
Yeah,
like,
please.
I need this. I need to feel alive.
This dude brings it out of you, bro.
Orton being Orton, though.
Yeah.
Orton being Orton, though. Like, this is what he does. Like, yeah, we know he's going to get his ass beat. He's such high caliber, though, that it's like, we don't care. Like, this is good for Gunther. And good for Orton.
Yeah, and good for Orton, too. Yeah. And so our last match. Let's be real. We don't really give a fuck about the match. The match was paint by numbers. This was babyface heel. This was Bloodline Rules. Which, for the record, can we talk about that for a second? Cody Rhodes has now made it official. He owns the fucking Anoa'i family and the Samoans. He owns them. This man is 2-0 in Bloodline Rules matches. There's been 2 Bloodline Rules matches in the history of the business, and none of the Bloodline members have ever won one. It's Cody Rhodes. Every time. He has defeated not one, but 2 tribal chiefs in Bloodline Rules matches. This man is unstoppable, is Cody Rhodes. This match was billed as a Bloodline Rules match. It went not quite the same as the WrestleMania one, a little bit different, but at the same time, same flavor. And then it hit. And then it happened. I said at the live show we did, there were a lot of rumors that it would happen at SummerSlam. I felt like that might be a little too early. I stand by that. I still feel like it's a little early for that. But they don't feel that way. The OTC, the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and I got to give credit what credit is due. He came out to the WrestleMania version of his theme, the orchestrated one. If he's using that moving forward,
It's
I'm
fire.
gonna be
It's
jizzing
fire.
way more often.
Oh my god, dude, it's so good. And I loved it without all the extra shit, so you could really appreciate. Like they didn't have the normal entrance theatrics to it,
Right.
and it was just almost like you heard the song for what it was, very like pure. And oh my god, that shit sounded so good when I heard it.
Here's my only gripe. Here's my only gripe. The WWE has fucked me again.
Yeah, why is that?
They did it to me again.
What
When
they
the
did?
pandemic, when Roman Reigns became a singles competitor, he was using the Shield theme, as we all know. The Shield theme. And
Mhm.
even when he was the tribal chief, he was still coming out to the Shield theme. I went to Florida, and I was at WrestleMania 37 in Tampa. Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan for the title. And he came out with the Shield theme. I was like, yeah, I didn't think none the wiser. Dope song. I love to hear it. The night after, they debuted the new theme on Raw. And I didn't get to hear it live. And I was so pissed. It's like, damn, the night after? That sucks. And years went by. He was still the champion, still using that theme, and I have yet to hear it live. Then WrestleMania 40. You and me, sitting there. We're watching WrestleMania Live Night 1, and I got to experience it. I was like, oh, it feels so good. And then I went back to your house, so happy, so content. And then I went home the next day, and we watched WrestleMania 40 Night 2, and they did the orchestra version of his theme. And it's, I obviously love it. It's his best entrance ever. But I was like, damn, the night after? That sucks. I'll never get to experience that. When he came out at SummerSlam with that version of his theme, I said, wait, that's his theme moving forward? So did they do this shit to me again? Did they debut a new theme the night after I fucking saw them? What the fuck?
There's always Mania, baby.
Oh, I said you did it to me again? Now I gotta wait another fucking year or two before I can feel that. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, dang it. I said, damn,
That's
they fucked
funny.
me up. But the OTC is here. The original tribal chief back in action. Roman Reigns shows up. Superman punch on Solo Sikoa. He reveals his true colors. He's not here to fuck over Cody. He's here to piss off Solo Sikoa in this quote-unquote new bloodline. Now, we are recording this Thursday, August 8th. The reason for that is because I got a big weekend ahead of me. I do not have the time, but I wanted to get an episode in, so we're doing it today. We're not going to be able to do this. We weren't able to do this after SmackDown. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night, which when this airs when I release this, it'll be the night before. But it is announced that Roman will be on SmackDown. To discuss what? I don't know. We'll see where his head's at. But he will be there. The tribal chief will be there. He'll be in the house. And I can't wait to see where we go from here. What was your reaction when you heard the theme and here he comes?
It made a lot of sense to me. Like to be honest with you, I kind of forgot as I was watching it because he was like, "Oh, I got a phone call. He's on his way." Right? Like it didn't even dawn to me. Like my brain was completely disconnected from it. But when it happened, everything kind of rushed to me at once. And I remember saying on the round table that the reason why this feels so wonky, and it's not, I don't want to say it's because of Cody's run. And I do want to say that Solo is doing some amazing things in what he's doing, and I mean, only the future will tell. But he's telling such great story. Like in the match, what's his name? I forget the one with the dreads.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, he had jumped again. He's got to stop doing that jump. He's really gonna fucking hurt himself one day, laying on that table and the angle that he does and the way that it breaks.
Yeah, but that was
he's
the
gonna
work.
hurt himself.
That was a
I
work.
understand that,
Yeah.
but I don't like that jump.
He's
I
been
hate
doing
when
that
people
jump
do
for
it.
years, though.
I fucking hate that jump. But anyway, he sells it beautifully, absolutely beautifully. But what I'm sure you noticed, what I saw was Solo come to his aid, like concerned.
Yeah.
Like he was walking up to him, like, "Yo, are you good?"
That's his enforcer.
And I understand that,
Yeah.
but Roman would never. right? Like that's what I was thinking in the moment. Like, oh,
Get your bitch ass up and help me finish this
he
matchup.
wouldn't even entertain him, minion. You did your job. I don't give a fuck what like I gotta win. Like, and then you hear him yelling at Solo, finish him. Right.
Yes.
And that's the same shit Solo said to Roman.
Yeah. And then Jacob said it to Solo.
He's like, all right. Yeah, he's like, I got him. So he goes in the ring, right? Like he's showing concern for his minions, so to speak, right? So when Roman came out, like all that stuff hit me. And Roman just comes out straight face, feels the energy. I know I can see it on his face. He's like, fuck, I hate leaving. Like it's just so good. So he walks down and then he picks up the momentum and slides in, and it was all business. He jumps right in.
So crisp.
Boom!
He hit both of them.
Punch him right in his face,
easy.
gets up, give us the old ooh-ah.
And everyone was in it.
Oh my god, I screamed it. The moment he screamed it. He fucking rolls out the ring, turns around, looks right at him like, or even when he was in the ring, he was like looking at him, kind of gave him a nod, rolled out, walked away, looked at him again, almost as like, I feel like the exchange was pretty much like, I'm not here for you. I respect what you did. I'll get back to you later. I got other business to take care of.
Yeah,
right?
can
That's
I
the
address
energy.
that for a second? Because everybody was online. Didn't even make sense. Why would he help Cody? He didn't help Cody.
He didn't help Cody.
He attacked Solo, and it just so happened.
Business to take care of, right? So like, he kind of looked at Cody and was like, "I'll deal with you later.
Yeah.
I got more important things to deal with," and left. But Cody stood up with an unwarranted aggression towards him, right? Like, if anyone should be upset, it's Roman, but he let it go. But Cody had this look in his face, and in that moment, I'm like, we're gonna get babyface Roman against a heel Cody.
I'm for it.
And it hit me in that moment. This is the weird developmental we had to go through to get to a Roman who is chasing Solo for business reasons, and a Cody for some weird reason chasing something that I guess they'll unfold. But like now he's gonna be the aggressor, and clearly at this moment Roman's a face. Like the way he came out, he's a face right now. So for Cody to do that as a face is gonna turn him. So now we're in the crux of okay. Now we're telling the story has been or is like at the end of being developed, and now we're about to like get into the meat of it, where these characters are going to start to unfold. So I think that clunkiness should start to go away, and I think this should tell what Cody's run is really going to be about. Like how well he's going to do is going to start from here.
Are you open to the crazy idea of going to Las Vegas? Cody Roman 3. The tiebreaker. The one to settle it all.
I'm gonna say I think I think it's gonna go that way. Who goes over? It's easy to say that it would be Roman. I don't think Roman specifically, like him personally, is in a rush to get the belt back. So if he doesn't get it back, depending on how they do it, I'm okay with that as well. But the only reason why I feel like it will happen and that he will drop the belt back to Roman is because they're going to rebuild Rock versus Roman. I don't think that ship has sailed. I think they want Rock versus Roman. I think they want it. And Rock has made hints that I'm not done here. When he left, I'm not done here, and I'm not done with you. So there's a way they can spin this story. If anything, that Mania can happen and Rock could interfere. Like there's so many different things, but I don't think they're done with Roman.
If you don't do Cody and Roman at this WrestleMania, and you do Reigns and Rock at WrestleMania instead,
I don't think you can. I don't know. I don't think you. we'll see. I mean,
You
I don't
can't
know.
do Rock Roman. Is that what you're saying?
Not until the Cody thing's out of the way. I think personally, it depends on how they spin the story. But
Well,
right now,
you're
where
right
it
about that
stands,
because Rock was the one that set up him and Cody.
right. So the way it stands currently, right now, today, you cannot do Roman Rock, or you can, but you're missing out. There's a missing piece. There's no connection there for me personally.
What if? No. That wouldn't. Yeah, there's a lot of different. I actually see a lot more possibilities of being able to do either or. To be honest with you, because one of these pricks could also win the Rumble.
As I said, as it stands right now,
Yeah.
I don't. There's no connection.
But they got to fill in the blank. That's
we
all
got
that it
time.
is. They got
Yeah,
time
we
to
got
fill in the
time.
blank. Yeah.
And I don't think they're giving up on that. I think that's going to happen.
If you're going to, because there's been a lot of chatter about an eventual Cody heel turn, and I just don't see it for the foreseeable future. But if you're gonna do it,
This is it.
this is the guy you're turning him heel on. It's Roman
I'm gonna be.
Reigns.
I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point, it don't fucking matter if you want to or not. Right? Listen, you're going heel. If you're gonna fuck with Roman right now, I think you're going heel. There's
There's no way Roman goes back to being a full-fledged asshole the way he was.
Everyone wants it. They're on him, and
he's gonna have an edge. He better not fucking lose what he was doing before. It's just he's gonna have an edge. He can't. I don't know. So that's the hard part. How does this gimmick change into a baby? What does that even look like?
But here's the cool thing. A couple years ago, when we were talking about this and his reign and how he would drop it, and we didn't know, and maybe it was Cody. You said that if anybody gets Cody, that worked itself out. Whatever the case may be, one of the questions is, or one of the things we both kind of agreed on, is that once he does drop it, the gimmick's kind of dead, right? The gimmick is all about being the one, and if you're no longer the one, then you're not the fucking one. Well, somehow they've written their way into maintaining his gimmick.
Well, you know what it is?
They
didn't write it that way. He's been gone. They haven't written anything for him since WrestleMania. The character maintained because the fans maintained his character.
Right, but it was because of the way it. But it's because of the way it unfolded. Like, at the end of the day, if we're being honest, Roman didn't lose. Roman didn't lose to Cody. Roman lost to Roman. He lost focus, and he changed his target when he shouldn't have. And he had everything in his corner. It was his game to lose, and he chose redemption over his title. So because of that, the only person who could beat Roman is Roman in the story, the way I perceive the story. So they've found a way to maintain his character without killing him and also dropping the belt. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
And you've just opened up another path, because if they wanted to go Rock Roman and leave Cody completely out of that, and I'm not saying they should, but if they decided to, Rollins is the natural opponent for Cody, because you just said it right now. Cody didn't beat Roman. Roman beat Roman. I disagree. Cody didn't beat Roman. Rollins did. Rollins was the shield that Cody needed to win that match. Rollins played his ultimate card to help Cody. You owe me. The knee's good. Let's go. I want to be the WWE champion again. So, no, there's like a million ways they can go.
And the cool thing is, it's funny that with Gunther holding the title, it's a very easy pivot for Seth to go on the other program.
But you know what, though? With Gunther now holding the title, and we just came off of Roman's reign, no pun intended, and Cody now has been champion since WrestleMania. I love the storytelling. I love the championship runs. This is being, as Gunther would say, honor and prestige back to the championships. But I don't think I need another year-long run from anybody involved.
I don't think we're going to get one. I don't think we're going to get one.
I hope not. I don't need another one of those, because it's like, all right, we need some sort of spontaneity, because we're at a point now where we just know we're getting to a point now where we're not even considering title changes till Mania. It's like we're here's SummerSlam, the second biggest show of the year. No one on planet Earth thought that title was changing hands. The Cody Rhodes one, I mean. So it's like,
but that's a caveat. We're telling a story here. This isn't the time to drop it. Like without that belt, Cody doesn't fit here, and he's the main piece of the puzzle.
I understand that, and
Like,
I agree with you.
Between two bloodlines.
I agree with you. This wasn't the time to do it. All I'm saying is that time is a subjective word, and they've been using a lot of time to tell their stories recently. I could stand to use a few short ones, just to freshen some things up. I think Cody's the one to do that with.
I think Gunther's run is a good way to do it. I mean, I believe he can be beat.
Well, they just did it with Damian. Damian only had it for a few months, right?
Not have it long, and I'm happy with that run. I think he did a great job. I think he ended it well. That match was the best match I think he's had in a really long time. Yeah. Not to say that his other matches were bad, but this is a peak.
But it's a Gunther match, so it's different.
Yeah, see, there's that caveat again.
It literally hits different. Jesus Christ. Woo. Man, this pay-per-view was dope. It's funny because the last pay-per-view, remember how fucking upset I was at that last pay-per-view? I was like, I don't even want to fucking talk about this. No, was it Money? Yeah, I think it was Money in the Bank. Yeah. That's what happens when you give me 2 multi-man ladder matches. I'm not in a good mood. But here we are with this. There wasn't even a tag match on this show. This is 7 singles matches. Yeah. 6 for titles. And it was hype. Yep. It was awesome.
Yep.
So it is what it is, man. All right, brother.